that's the table. Here's James. Welcome.
Thank you.
We put this arm wrestling table just for you. We put it together.
We made use of duct tape.
Remnants of it.
Yeah, if you guys want to figure out a good use for a Tetris-shaped Eric's pad right now.
Staggered pads.
Oh, this is actually what's inside of it. I never even...
Rotating resistant. It is functional for what we're going to be doing today, which is technical advice from yourself. Because we're new to the sport, but we really like it. We've done it once. And we have a lot of background in grip and strength, and we just want to see how that applies to it, what we're good at, and we just want to have a fun time.
How long have you been arm wrestling?
20 years.
Okay.
It's longer than some of you guys watching.
Yeah. And you've been doing grip stuff for a while too?
About 4 or 5 years. Some old-time strongman stuff, some performing strongman stuff, a little strongman stuff, pretty much everything but Highland Games.
Okay.
I don't have Juji's legs, so I don't look good in a kilt.
Well, you don't need leg day when you single curl 150 pounds with just your right arm. Is
That's
that your right
a valid
arm?
point. Yes, right arm.
You're right-armed wrestler, or do you do
There's
both?
a noticeable difference.
16.
It is 16. What about it?
Juji in relation is 15, right?
Not 16.
You're not 16.
Oh, God!
1 inch difference between forearms.
You called it, didn't you?
I'm a little bit lopsided. So it's getting there.
It's about 15 and a half. Nice.
Yeah.
Man. Let's get back over to the jank table. This is backcountry North Carolina, how we do it here.
And you were showed pretty much how to top roll a little bit and hook by Bill Collins, yes?
Correct.
Okay. So...
But wait. That was 2 months ago, and between that time, we did a lot of things.
Okay.
Do you remember anything?
It's like pulling a little girl. You
terrible.
never work out in a gym, I can tell
I
you,
don't
because
know.
you're way
I
too...
know, right?
I forgot everything.
I think we forgot everything,
I think
because
we
I don't
forgot
remember
everything.
anything.
I always do with somebody when I just start out with them. I want you to just grab my hand and pull me into a position where you would pin me,
Right.
and just naturally. Okay. So a lot of what you want to do is hook and go sideways. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're using a lot of wrist pressure. All right. So we're going to change that up a little bit. All right. Elbow towards the front a little bit, but not to the corner. I want you to sweep in. I want you to give me pressure here. These bottom 2 fingers here. Okay.
Okay.
And then lock everything together. Bring your elbow back towards you. Okay. And then I want you to use what we call, now look at my wrist, sort of a downward rotation.
Okay.
So this way. You're going to pull this way and drag everything one piece over to the side. Like that.
Wow.
Yes. Very strong.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was your whole body, not just your arm. It's called arm wrestling, but...
Just because it's called arm wrestling doesn't mean you're just using your arm.
Have you heard of the internet?
I have.
Oh.
I've heard of the internet. This
Wow.
is Al Gore invented this.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, I know of this thing.
Yeah, we have a YouTube channel there, and
I'll check it out.
Unfortunately, we haven't been using our whole body to protect our internet security. As YouTubers, as Instagram stars, and a lot of our stuff is on the internet, and we aren't protecting it with our whole body. We're just using our arm
Right.
because we're not using a VPN. That was the wrong way. We aren't using, guys, because we aren't using a VPN like NordVPN. We are sponsored by NordVPN this video. NordVPN.com/Juji, code Juji.
I have a lot of experience with internet security and VPNs in general because I've been hacked before. I had a forum with 10,000 users on it, and the entire thing was destroyed by a guy named Ragface.
Ragface, you're not going to get in on these arm wrestling hacks, but you're going to help us with some hacks here.
Yes.
Ragface, I'm using my whole body now.
He's also like 12 years behind if he's still using his methods from back then. What if you arm wrestled Ragface? What if we found him and you arm wrestled him?
Give me some more tips.
Yeah.
If you go to nordvpn.com/Juji, Juji, for 2 years, you get 66% off that membership. For 2 years, 66% off. That's a ton of savings.
Yeah.
And it's a ton of saving your data and your identity and all these other things as well.
Yeah, you can even have the Android and iOS app in your other hand with your phone while you're arm wrestling.
And their servers are fast, too.
We're going to fight Ragface, okay.
We're going to arm wrestle them.
You're going to grab Ragface.
Yeah, we're going to pull
up here.
Ragface.
All right, you see this? This is going to seal off my pronation. So you want to keep me from pronating through your hand, all right?
Okay.
So what I want you to do is give me kind of what we call high bridge pressure here, right there. And I want you to pull back, and I want you to drive this way. Pin me that way. Drive off your hip. Push off your hip. Push your hip off the table.
Push my hip off the table?
Yep.
What's that
Drive
mean?
your hip. Watch me really quick, okay?
Yeah.
Tense up your arm.
Yeah.
Okay. So you feel this? You
Yeah.
see this? You see how
Yeah.
back towards you?
Whoa,
That-
dude.
That is. Oh, sorry. But that is driving off the hip and pushing your hip off the table. Seal off the pronation up here.
I think something we're going to need to teach Bo at some point, Tom, is how to referee arm wrestling.
Do you have a referee uniform? We have a zebra morph suit. We're good. I'm still wearing it, actually.
That's hooking, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to stay with the hook?
Okay, you're teaching me. What's this next technique?
This new one is what we call a top roll.
Top
So
roll.
you're going to give me a little bit of pressure here.
Yeah.
And then you feel how my bottom fingers are coming off you?
Yeah.
You want to keep pushing against those bottom fingers. Drive off your hip. You feel that? Big difference, right?
Can we see it again?
Okay, see, here's the thing, guys. In the last arm wrestling video we did at the Fit Expo, I was basically a guy that learned one really good move in a fighting game, and I just kept doing it over and over again.
You were spamming ABX, ABX, ABX
Right.
constantly?
The moment you
God.
put me in a competition where people know where ABX does,
Good God.
James,
It's over.
you,
It's all right.
you know I'm going to do ABX over
So
and over
he's
again.
buffering it. James is buffering it.
All right, so we're doing the top roll again? Because
Yeah.
that was good. Like, the form was good and everything. All right, you give me a little bit too much ulnar deviation pressure. So you give me too much of this. So seal down, clamp down. I want you to feel this again. Okay. See how your bottom fingers are starting to come off me?
Yeah. Oh, shit!
Yeah.
Jesus.
So it's that. I didn't turn my wrist down at all. It was just back, right?
I think you broke the table.
Here's where the frame is supposed to be, guys. We have no bolts for it.
Should we chalk up a little?
We should.
right.
We should.
While you guys chalk up, just remember, if you spam ABX in a fighting game or in arm wrestling, or continue to use that same ABX as your password on the internet, you're going to be failing at internet security, boys.
You're going to be in a really bad position, very vulnerable position,
Exactly.
especially if you're in an airport or a hotel
Oh, God.
or at a video conference.
Yeah. I use McDonald's Wi-Fi and Arby's whenever I go there for my daily lunch.
And you use NordVPN.
I haven't been, but I
you're-
need to.
But you're lying because you don't eat there anymore because you're on a diet.
Oh, God.
Give me more, radial deviation that way. Okay.
Like this?
So I'm gonna go through the steps. Okay.
Okay.
So think. All right. So you see how I'm sealing off your pronation this way?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to pronate through my hand. I'm turning my knuckles up. That's radial deviation. Okay. And then I'm gonna give pressure down while my knuckles are turned up. I know it's a lot. Just bear with me. And then I'm gonna pronate through.
God dang!
Pin.
There's no way I could save myself if you just catch me at that right moment.
Oh, you save yourself. What do you mean?
There's nothing I can do right now. I'm done. Like if you get me right at the beginning like that, I'm like, that's it.
Which
See you later.
Which is why a lot of arm wrestlers train specifically these bottom two fingers.
Well, let's say what these bottom two fingers. What else trains these fingers like for carryover? Like deadlifting, grip. You have like a guy that just loves lat pull down in the gym. I mean, what trains these fingers?
What I like to do is I'm going to use a thick bar.
A thick bar.
All right, and I'm going to do thumbless work.
Thumbless work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, your thumb is important, and I'll explain why if we get a chance to do strap work. But your thumbless is important because essentially what you get is what we call either flat finger pressure or cupping pressure, okay? Where you're not squeezing like this. You're not enacting your thumb as much as you're just sealing off with these fingers. Okay, now, and you see when I seal off on those fingers, what happens here? This all puffs out,
Yeah, I do
right?
that sometimes when I'm looking at myself in a mirror trying to make
Yeah.
it's like, you know,
Flex.
bodybuilders like to look at themselves. I also like to look at my thumb, my hand muscles. I'm like, yeah,
Well, that's
jacked today in the
you
hand.
look at your hand muscles in
Jacked
the mirror.
hands. Yeah, man.
God
It's a
damn!
good
I
lighting.
wish Sam was sighing right nearby.
Yeah. A lot of fine motor movements here in the hands. What would a rock climber be good at?
Rock climbers. All right, so Eric Stark, who was a world champion during the 90s, used to free climb rocks. And he had amazingly strong hands. Eric was a great hook puller, but he could do anything on the table. Because a lot of what rock climbing gives us, and this is going to sound like a 1980s car commercial, but precision handling. The ability, doesn't it? Does it not sound like
I'm with you on
but,
that.
but it's called precision handling.
For us, now there's an American car that has exactly what we've been looking for.
Doing is this.
Born to sing the future is for us.
To be able to apply pressure with your fingers using extensors, etc., on the table, because sometimes people are going to be over your hand, and if you have enough extensor strength to open their hand up, you're going to be in a way better position. Arm wrestling is won from the top down. I mean, if you don't have a strong arm, a strong bicep, a strong lat, a strong pec. You
Pec
don't-
too?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Your pecs are involved in arm wrestling?
Well, when we get into to shoulder rolling and hooking, so much of what you're doing is this. It's being able to push this way with somebody. You know what I mean?
I have to interrupt him real quick. His hand, just touching it, is like kind of freaky because it's so strong. Like you just feel like I wouldn't want to mess with this.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you. At first, I felt
How big
a
are
little
your
uneasy
hands
about
anyway?
that.
They're about the
thick,
same
dude.
size,
They're like wide. See, if this was like a comparison in bodybuilding, I would beat you in the back double bicep, but you would beat me in the back lat spread.
Yeah.
Not to sound like a 1970s car commercial, but NordVPN is like having dual airbags instead of just one.
Have you
for your
ever driven a
internet
car
security.
with dual airbags before?
I flipped over in one back in January, which is why I have a shoulder problem.
Wow.
Okay, but did it have dual airbags?
It had many airbags. It had more than dual airbags.
Imagine if it didn't have.
Imagine
as
if,
many
if that car had
airbags.
NordVPN, dude. NordVPN.com/Juji. That's, how do you spell that?
Well, Juji.
Oh,
That's 66% off 2-year membership.
yeah, yeah.
Your thumb is going purple.
What do you do for a profession?
I am a outpatient psychotherapist. I work mainly with people who have anxiety disorders and trauma. So.
Wow, and how did you get into arm wrestling?
Wow. Do you really want to hear that story?
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Give it to me.
Kind of interestingly enough, I started when I was in college. There was somebody in a dorm. I was at Fordham University. There was somebody in a dorm that had an arm wrestling table. I'd never seen
In the
one.
dorm room?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Why is it so hard for us to get a functional arm wrestling table when some kids at a dorm got one?
They're like, oh, I'm not going to get a pong table. I'm going to get an arm wrestling table this year. No foosball. No mini fridge. We're going to get an arm wrestling table. Okay.
He was like, yeah, I'm a really good amateur. And I walked into the dorm room and I beat him.
Oh.
And he was like, oh my gosh, man, you're really good. And I wasn't. I was awful. It just, he really overestimated how good he was. I was an ABXer. I do know what that is now. I started arm wrestling like anybody I could grip up with. And it's kind of funny. I don't know if you guys know who Tony Reale is.
No.
He has a show on ESPN called Around the Horn. He used to sit with me in classes all the time because we were both in the journalism program, broadcast journalism program at Fordham. So I used to arm wrestle him all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
And whoop his ass.
Oh,
we
of
can
course.
leave that out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm putting that in.
Like, man, he's like, there's an arm wrestling tournament in Massachusetts over the summer, and I think it was like 98. And I was like, yeah, I'll go. So I went to this arm wrestling tournament, and I won my first couple of matches, and then some dude destroyed me. Like, I thought everything was going to break in my elbow.
Oh, God.
And I saw he was competing in the pro class.
Oh, gosh.
And he got destroyed in the pro class 2 matches in a row.
Oh, gosh.
So I was like, yeah, I'm going to stop doing this.
Yeah.
And then I saw this guy win the overall, and his name was Norm Devio. He was 57 years old at the time and about 150 pounds. He won the overall. He won the lightweight class, then he beat the winner, I think, of the 198 class and the super heavyweight class.
Good
It's
God.
like old man strength?
Oh, he still arm wrestles. He's
So
almost,
it's
he's like
really old man strength.
Oh,
He's
yeah, he's like
77 now.
almost, yeah, he's 77, 78, something like that. He still arm wrestles. And he's still phenomenal. Like, he still can compete in the open class. And I went up to him after that tournament, and he said, he goes, you know, he asked me where I was. I said, I live in Connecticut. I go to school in New York. He's like, well, there's a lot of great people that I can hook you up with. And he did. And, you know, I started going to practice. And, yeah, from there, it was just losing a whole bunch, going to tournaments, losing a lot, wondering why the hell I was doing it. But then realizing that learning to lose was such an important lesson for me in my life and every other way.
Wow.
Like, it just took your expectations that you had that you were going to go and win, and they'd get stepped on. But you realize that kind of humbling got you to see things as they actually are. People would turn me into a hook and pull through my bicep. And I had 150-pound guys pulling through my bicep. So I was like, well, I better get my biceps strong. So I went and...
Is that the story of why you can curl a 150-pound dumbbell with one arm?
Sure.
We got an 85 over there.
Okay.
I don't think I can do it.
We got a preacher bench.
I mean, this won't bother your shoulder, will it?
No.
Okay.
I can,
You might as well just do it real quick. It's an
Yeah.
80, John. How did you not know? Why did you say it was an 85?
Because I bought a...
if it's not a
is
weight
an
you're
80?
used to doing, be careful with it.
Oh, my God. I've never done this before.
That's good. There it is. You got it. Drive through it.
Oh, man, that ain't happening.
A 120-pound dumbbell that was kind of my goal, but when I brought them home, I couldn't do a preacher curl with the 50. I'm going to micro load it, and I'm going to try to get myself to the point where I can do that 50.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until the week before the 2008 Nationals that I was able to do the 120. So it took me about 10 years before I was able to do the 120.
Okay. So this is an 80-pound dumbbell. It's gonna be okay. Yeah. Wow, your pronation. You were talking about your pronation before.
He's just wrapping it cold, man.
It's pretty wild. Oh my god. The way your arm is moving is super interesting.
He's hammer curling it now.
Well, it's an arm wrestling type curl that we do pronation.
Yeah.
Through the curl at the bottom.
So that's the train. That's not like he's cheating it. I probably can't even do that.
We'll see.
No, it's.
Why don't you warm up?
Take care, baby. Please take care.
There you go. Up. You got it. Good.
Yeah, see,
There it is.
Okay.
So this is actually like a way to do curls that'll actually help you with arm
Yes,
wrestling.
absolutely.
But it'll be more strength oriented, while the other thing that Juju was doing was more hypertrophy curls.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's lay off that thing.
The biggest thing that I was worried about in the video that we had was, I mean, he's got tons of strength, so he could hold up against people, but I thought I was going to get fucked up because everybody else was in my. The first person I faced in that video was the guy that won the whole thing. Oh, Jesus, mother.
Okay.
And I was just like, great, this guy's going to, mess me up.
Did you lose quickly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't want to force something at all.
I announced an event earlier this week. It was actually Saturday, it was over the weekend, where a young guy broke his arm.
Yeah.
And he wasn't in a bad position. And I think sometimes we tell people, like, if they face their arm, they'll be okay.
Yeah.
It increases the likelihood that they'll be okay.
Okay.
So, like, let's say, you're driving sideways, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm in this position.
Okay.
All right. So if the referee is over here, they say face your arm. Yeah, well, you can turn and look at your arm, but you're still in a bad position.
Right.
So when they say face your arm, what you really want to do is turn your shoulder towards your arm.
Okay.
So you're
Yeah.
turning your left
so that way,
shoulder.
when you pin me, because you're going to pin me right now,
Okay.
your arm just opens up.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, my arm just opened up.
Right.
Whereas if I was here and you
you're
applied
looking.
enough pressure,
Right.
it doesn't take that much pressure. I mean, tribal knowledge says somewhere between 15 and 30 pounds of pressure will cause a spiral fracture. But I don't know exactly. I mean, like, that's all
and
anecdotal.
everybody's body, yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
So that's why you train with 150-pound dumbbell curls.
Sure.
Because
And
that's
it's
10 times the pressure of what's required for a spiral fracture.
and the other thing that you'll see though is when you do table curls. When you train table curls, sometimes people do them this way.
Oh, wait a minute. I can actually take this arm wrestling table and do other things with it other than arm wrestling?
there's lots.
Every exercise you should do for arm wrestling almost should be done on an arm wrestling table.
Lucas Raymond makes specific grip implements that go on tables.
What?
Yeah.
You're
You're trying to emulate the movement.
sure.
So-
And well, okay. They get on a table and they do table curls. So table curls are partials, and partials are good for arm wrestling because a lot of what partials do in negatives is, this doesn't sound good, but they create these tiny little micro fractures that end up healing up and develop bone density. You develop tendon strength from partials, etc. Okay, so instead of just kind of going down, though, you're doing partial curls towards the pad and up.
Oh, and that's what you were kind of doing on the preacher curl.
Kind of. My
much.
elbow is more in here
Sure.
because I have that pronation issue.
Right.
So like I used to curl more this way,
Yeah.
but now that I have this pronation issue where it's hard for me to turn my palm up. If you see, when I turn my palm up, my elbow goes inside.
Okay.
Like this.
Yeah.
Because I can't turn my palm flat from all the pronation training.
Wild.
Yeah. I've done a lot of wrist training, which
Wow.
I think you'll appreciate. And you might as
I
well.
need some of that because I think after all of the grip stuff we did over the tour and then we did this crazy arm workout, my right wrist got a little messed up.
Okay.
But now it feels much better now. But for a few days there, it was like, not feeling great.
Well, we can do some
Yeah.
wrist work if you
Okay.
want.
Yeah,
I just
let's
caution
save
you.
that for another video. I like that idea. But let's go into more so what my strength could be, or what as a small-handed beta cuck.
So get your body up against the table.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now Just grab me how you would grab somebody. Let's say if you were in a bar and you were going to arm wrestle somebody.
Okay.
Okay.
Probably just do the
Okay.
arm thing and
So-
then not
so-
go to nordvpn.com/Juji.
Okay, so you would just do the arm thing
Yeah.
and apply side pressure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he just got his password stolen.
See how your knuckles are turned down?
Okay.
Okay, so that we don't want that.
Okay.
All right. We want you to grab a little bit higher. You don't have to cap your thumb, but you can.
All right.
Okay.
Are you a capper?
I do occasionally. It
All right.
depends.
Do you like pogs?
I don't know what those are.
They look like caps. Capping.
So knuckles up
Yep.
this way. Okay.
right.
So what I want you to do is elbow in a little bit more, a little bit of wrist pressure down this way.
Okay.
Okay. Peg. Grab your hand on the peg.
Yep.
Okay. So watch my hand. What I do on the
But I don't
peg.
let you grab it.
What are you saying? Get off my peg, damn it. What I want to be able to do is if I have to do a
Yep.
post move, I want to push off it this way.
Okay.
Okay. If I want to hook, I can do this and just sort of use my pecs
okay.
more.
So you're
If-
basically pivoting.
If I want to top roll, I'm going to push off it this way. I'm almost going to push the table into you and pull back this way.
Wow.
Okay? So I want you to top roll me. All right?
Okay. So
and
that
now,
requires a push.
Yeah,
Basically,
you're
you're
gonna
pushing
push.
diagonally this way.
yep,
Okay.
you're going to push diagonally that way, turn your knuckles up, give me what's called radial deviation this way. That way. Yep.
This way.
And then what I want you to do is pull me towards this corner. Try to imagine you have a bar in between here and here.
Okay.
You pivot off of your hip, and then you bring this whole thing one piece to the side. Yep. Pretty good.
Okay. Radial deviation is me moving this. This would be my wrist extended and just straight, and then radial deviation
Yep.
is moving towards your body.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So here, and then you're pushing against this.
Yep.
and going
Very
down.
good. Very strong too. Okay, so here what I want you to do is give me a little bit more wrist pressure down.
Call me very strong. Sorry.
No, but can I just show you something?
Yeah.
You tense up your arm a little bit. Okay, so feel the way I'm top rolling. Do you see how my wrist is bending a little bit?
Yep.
Okay, so I want you to do that. When you come to the side like that and you're giving me
Okay.
that pressure here, I want
Yeah.
you to bend your wrist down
Okay.
and pronate at the same time.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I got you.
So radial deviation,
Here.
wrist flexion down, and
Okay.
pronate at the same time. Yes, and then back towards that corner. Perfect.
Okay.
Good.
That felt better than the last time we were doing this in a Fit Expo.
This is why I say like anybody could be a really good arm wrestler. Like if you took somebody, say Juji's size, okay, and you didn't train them at all, and then you took someone your size and you trained them for 6 months, that person would be able to beat someone Juji's size.
Right.
Like one of my kids is 7, right? And if you watch him swing a bat right now, you can see a difference now between how he is now and how he was even at the beginning of the season. And then over time, over the course of repetition, it gets more and more fluid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's going to feel different a little bit every time you arm wrestle.
Right.
And it's going to actually improve.
Most likely, would I get more noob gains in arm wrestling than he would, just simply because I'm not as strong, or would he get a lot of noob gains because he's learning technique? Or?
You would probably get the equivalent amount of noob gains. Gains.
Yeah, because it's both technique focused that we have none.
Yeah, but what you would see is like Juji's got, good sized forearms. Your forearms would grow considerably.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I want
because
that.
it's all of that, all of those holds, all of the isometrics.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, arm wrestling is almost like, it's like you're pulling on weight, but the difference is the weight has a brain. And many arm wrestlers, the brain might not be that big, but it's a brain nonetheless, and it can think and it can change directions in a way that a weight can't.
Yeah.
So you're going to get gains in areas that other people don't.
And
a lot of times,
strategy and do you think who's an example of an arm wrestler out there? Michael Todd, Devin Larrett, Matt Mask. One of those guys is like a strategist as compared to pure strength.
well, Devin Larrett's the whole package.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been arm wrestling for basically a little over 20 years.
Yeah.
And Devin is, to me, at this point, I think he's the best arm wrestler I've ever seen, and I've seen.
Wow.
Brzezinski and Ron Bath and like all of the greats, even some from the 70s, the 60s, like Steve Stanaway. Like I've seen these guys come all the way through. I train with, the Guy Lasources and those guys from the 70s. So I've seen all of these guys.
Yeah.
And Devin Larrett is like kind of the prototype of the future arm wrestler.
Okay.
And to me, he's the whole package. Strength, technique. I mean, any technical advice I could give you, I think Devin could give you that, and maybe even then some. I don't know. Like Devin and I, we talked a little bit when I wrote my book.
Yeah.
Like Devin was one of the guys who consulted with me, you know, when we talked about training methods and stuff. So
Cool.
So yeah, I look at Devin as that guy in
Cool.
terms of strength, technique, the whole package.
Great. Well, commenters, if you're gonna say, "Hey guys, why do you collaborate with and if you spell Devin Larrott, Larot, like he's a carrot reader, then that's okay. He's coming here hopefully in January because he has to beat a bunch of people in between here and now, here and there, now and forever. NordVPN.com/Juji. I'd like to ask your opinion about the King's move.
Oh, damn it!
Wait. Film his face again.
I'd like to ask your opinion about the King's
How
move.
about a POV? How about a POV Kings move?
Yeah. Okay.
I told you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Where'd that weapon come from? That's not our hammer.
I told you.
Okay.
No over-the-top references, right?
Okay.
King's move?
That's over the top?
No. That's the second thing. We don't talk
Oh, okay.
King's move.
We don't talk
No.
King's move?
I love
Hey,
you all.
that's deal. I'm deal. I'll deal.
I love you guys.
Shake on that, yeah.
Deal.
No King's
But
move.
if I ever see you guys over here and
Okay.
pretending you're arm wrestling,
All right.
I'll disown you. As humans.
Jesus.
I don't want anything to do with it.
If you guys could come pick me up
You know
at
what?
the
Get out of my
Charlotte
garage.
Humane Society, I'll be there for adoption.
What happens when someone does a Kings move anyway?
Oh, they go under the table. I hate that.
Oh, well, this table's not ideal for what we need, but we're going to make this nicer. Luckily, I got a backpack to go to 7th grade, and all the cool kids are going to be making fun of me, be reliving an old horror. We want to learn more stuff from you, James, because this is amazing, and you have actually too much information for us to handle in one video.
So we're gonna take this to his side.
We're so glad that we found you in the area, and somebody linked me, and we talked, and all this stuff. It's great.
We'll see you in the next video.
Yes, sir.
Before you go, though, remember, NordVPN.com/Juji, code Juji for 66% off, 2 years. Internet security. It's better than just wrestling with your arm.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Or doing the King's move with the table on your back.
What is this? Give me that.